It's beautiful there. It snowed for the first time in 15 years, though. I mean, like, snow isn't like snow, but I mean, still, it snowed. I carried pepper spray. I always had a little flashlight, because you don't want to be walking in the dark, especially if you're in one of the sketchier areas. Don't hug drunk Mexican men, because they will try to kiss you, and it's just not, no, don't do it. In fact, don't hug men. That works. I mean, it's technically not a real rule, but yeah, don't do it. Pass off creepy investigators to the elders. I know you don't want to lose your investigator because you're like, oh, it's my investigator. But really, pass them off to the elders before it gets really weird. Because then you see if they actually want to be baptized versus if they just want to be with the sister missionaries all the time. So just stay away from the creepy guys. And if you teach a creepy guy, give him to the elders, who will probably drop him. Unless he actually wants to progress, which he probably doesn't. I had balut, which is fermented duck fetus in an egg. And it was hard-boiled, and I would not suggest it. It was crunchy as well. You could taste bone and feather. I think I learned a lot about charity. Like, again, what is real charity versus what is charity? I think I learned to love people better. Not just love people more, but love people better. Because I had some I had some very, very mean companions. I had companions that had really severe depression that caused them to be angry. And so I think I learned a lot about, like, understanding them. I know that's not necessarily a skill, but to me, like, loving is a skill. Like, it takes skill to love people. And so I learned a lot about automatic charity, like what God and Jesus have for us, that they can look into our hearts and understand our motives for things, and so they have automatic charity for us. So learning how to do that with other people, because people are going to be mean to you. You're going to have a mean companion, I guarantee it. You're going to have people on the street be mean to you, I guarantee it. And so understanding their motives and being able to just have automatic charity for them, that takes skill. That takes practice, honestly. Like, having your knee-jerk reaction to someone being mean, being nice, without that being like, oh, I have to be nice to this person, just naturally becoming a nice person. It takes a lot of skill, because I wasn't that nice. I mean, I was nice, but I was like, nice. Like, I feel obligated to be nice to you kind of nice, but now I'm like, actually nice. Whoa, skills you learn on the mission. This is the greatest life lesson I learned on my mission / in my entire life. And it is, what is thy will be done? Because a lot of times we'll think thy will be done, but in our hearts we're like, not really. You know you want me to get everything right? Like that kind of. Anyway, so I had a total of 0 baptisms on my mission, which is fine. I mean, like, at the time I was like, why don't I have baptisms? You know, like what most missionaries are like when they don't. Especially by like my last transfer, I'm like, but really though. And then it never happened, which is fine, because I realized that a lot of times you think, I have faith, therefore I should get what I want, which is like totally not true. The real way that God works is, I have faith, therefore I'm going to let God do what he wants, but I'm going to learn from whatever he chooses. And it reminds me of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego when they were about to be thrown into this furnace, and they said, we have faith that our God will save us, which is like what, faith is that everyone thinks it is. And they said, but if not, we will still not worship your gods. And that blew my mind, because to me, it was like, I have faith that I'll have a baptism by the end of my mission. It hasn't happened. Why hasn't it happened? Do I not have enough faith? And the answer is no, of course you have enough faith. It's that it's not the Lord's will that you have a baptism by the end of your mission. And that was a really hard thing for me to accept, because I had to accept other people, choosing to do what is not correct. And I had to accept that, like, this really wasn't the Lord's will for me. And I realized that by accepting that and by understanding that faith is not that God will do something, but that he could do something, I grew so much as a person. And I know that if I, after the fact at least, I know that if I had gotten my way, I would definitely not have grown as much as I did. And so it's like hard while you're a missionary to be like, to have people literally saying the reason you don't baptize is because you don't have faith, which is just not true. Like thinking, are they right? Like, do I not have enough faith? But it's really understanding what faith is and what thy will be done really, really means. Like really accepting God's will, not just saying that you will, but in your heart being like, but I really want it my way. And I think even though I've only been home for 8 months or 9 months or however long I've been home, I lose track, whatever. I think that that's going to help me for like the rest of my life. I got a blessing on my mission that said, the trials you have on your mission will pale in comparison to those you'll have in motherhood. And I'm like, yay. And so I have faith that that lesson will definitely apply in the future. Yeah, it's a great lesson. And I try to teach that to everyone, is what is faith in real faith, what we're taught versus faith, what it actually like truly deeply is. Anyway.